lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Patriots come out led by the four-time Super Bowl MVP and owner of a record 6 Super Bowl rings. Arguably the greatest to ever play the game, Tom Brady. And we keep asking the same questions every year. How much longer can he keep doing this? Is this the year the dynasty crumbles? And every year Brady comes out and leads his team to the Super Bowl. They've been there now 3 years in a row, and only one team has made it 4. That's the Buffalo Bills. But remember, they lost all 4 in the early 90s. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Brady. His throw incomplete. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Brady throwing complete to Dorsett. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. But look there at the defensive starters for Cincinnati. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. On second down, Michelle. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. From the gun on third down, Brady. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Preston Brown make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So here are the Bengals under first-year head coach Zach Taylor. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 78 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Second down in inches. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it'll be third down. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Now, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 59 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That one caught by Allison. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. From the 38, Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To Michel. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 27, Brady toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down try. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Rhett Ellison. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gostkowski, the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. Green brings it in. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Well, the Bengals, they widen their lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll set up to throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Brady. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. We should mention to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call.
And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And Brady's throw there incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Brady going to throw. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Brady. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. N'Keal Harry, the rookie, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. That's out to his running back, Michelle. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin with a battle of 2 Northeastern squads, Buffalo at Heinz Field to take on Pittsburgh. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Washington. Check out the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Nelson Aguilar, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Sam Darnold leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. And these highlights here showcasing the solid game he's had.
Well, someone woke up and felt good about themselves today, didn't they? I have to feel that he came into this one with the idea that, yeah, I can do this. Whether it's preparation, reading the film, whatever it was, it's paying off in a big way as we watch this one unfold.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards already. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And now running right through it. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Still going. 7 yards there and a first down. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting it coach.
And he's in for the score. and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. 48 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
And they'll get this down to the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Michel. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We're off off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 38, Brady. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. New England on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Fights loose. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it?
And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 91 yards. As his guys continue to pour it on. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that it's demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Brady. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Hooking up here with a rookie from Washington, Drew Sample. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That throw by Brady incomplete. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Brady's throw there complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To Michelle on the screen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Ben Watson was the intended target, and now it's second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Bengals grab it. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Partner, I think the thing I'm going to take away from this game is that ending. Still hard to believe they score on the final play, and then for some salt on the wound, they go for 2 just to widen the margin.
Not to mention, they already had the lead when they scored on the final play. So I don't know if everyone on the team is a fantasy football player, and they're like, hey, get more points for our guys. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe a coach is looking ahead and saying, you know something, the more points we have might be the tiebreaker. But, boy, what a way to finish it.
So for Cincinnati, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.